paid. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shot to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chat to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they punt, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. 5 bills to get you whacked. 50 shots up in this Mac. Face shot to make the news. We just step when they relax. Group chats to get you tapped. Foreign head up in my lap. When they punt, we run it back. Tell my youngin' cut no slack. Resume, I run up stats. 1,000 yards up in this flat. In the setup like the draft. Taller standing like giraffes. I go stripes with a zebra. And I'm conscious when I lack. Goofy niggas, they be playing. Put your body on this mat. Give my youngin' half a stack. We just jug and do the math. Patriotic in my path. Hit the jail, we fuck the staff. I'm a gangster, but I rap. Now a Remy did the pap. Cause I really stand on business. Niggas acting like they that. Couple rookies with me ballin'. Bitches hit me, they be calling. They go hefe, he be all in. I just love they let the dog in. I just ballin' this ball main. Like tears with this hard pain. I been building a large name. Hit the streets with a guard game. I know niggas that charge fame when you get out your yard lane. Niggas talk like they 10-2. To the chopper chop 10 you. Who gon' chop and defend you when we kill all your friends too? Pull up in that Benz proof. Pull up in that Benz. 5 bills to get you whacked.
What's the good old big deal with the good old people, man? It's your boy, Young Aunt Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing to press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail. What's the good old big deal with the good old people? It's Hot Topics with your boy, Young Aunt Hefe. And I'm here to deliver you another one like the other one. So the recipient of Hot Topics, you know what I'm saying, will be told in story form, you know what I'm saying, with yours truly, Young Aunt Hefe, and the imposter by the name of Trey Devil, you know what I'm saying? That was from 9 Trey. I said 9 boy. That was from 9 Trey Playboy Hustlers. So earlier, you know, we was getting off into that confidentiality, you know what I'm saying? These CSs, these CIs, confidential sources, confidential informants, all the same thing, depending on who wording it. So I've definitely have been a victim of one before, a time or two, you know what I'm saying? A few times, actually in my federal indictment too, but we talking about some state stuff. So this dates back like around 2009, 2010. And I'm not sure if I told this story before, but if I have, you know what I'm saying, bear with me, you know what I'm saying, I have a million stories, and some may filter twice, you know what I'm saying, depending on how long I told it, or when I told it, or if I know if I told it. If I know I told it, I won't tell it again, but it might come up, you know what I'm saying, somewhere down the line if something's pertaining to it. So however, we was talking about the confidential informants and Lil Durk. So it looked like on Lil Durk, not his second, but the superseding indictment, which is indictment number 2, because he had a lot of air holes in that first indictment to where it wasn't an airtight case, and it looked like some stuff was dropped, and you know they had asked for bond, if not outright throwing his case out. So however, they got this second murder for hire, and I guess in this, that one of the alleged guys who was supposedly putting that work in for some money was in jail with a confidential informant, and he was giving up all the goods. You know what I'm saying? He was telling this dude about unalivings he was doing, stuff that he didn't know about, stuff that was still unsolved, you know what I'm saying, that the police probably didn't even have no idea who did it, wasn't even looking at this dude for it. But you know how I go. In a room full of men, who wants to be the weakest man? A whole lot of testosterone raging, you know what I'm saying? Everybody gonna try to seem like that edgiest, the toughest, the shadiest, you know what I'm saying? Shyster, you feel me? The top ranked Don Dada shotter. Everybody wants to be him, you know what I'm saying? Until that time comes with it. Then people start thinking, get to contemplating like, man, what the hell did I do? Like, what the hell did I do? And anybody should know better. They got forced, I keep on saying this, they got first 48s. They got all these jail programs. They got 660. What is it like? What's that jail show? They got like a jail show, like 60 days in. Man, I got all type of little stuff that you got to watch out for, man. But we gonna get on into it though. So, however, I was in the county jail 2009, 2010. I had went down for two guns. You know what I'm saying? I did get caught with these guns. These guns was found at an address that I had on file, and being that I was on parole to that file, I was the one arrested. Although when they went inside, you understand, my premises that was on file, the address I had, it was homies up in there, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, they was looking for me, so they let them dudes go without taking them for them guns, and they arrested me. And I probably could have fought it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I learned a lot of stuff over the years as far as with this law and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff that I know now, and if I knew back then, believe me, I would have pressed a lean yacht, you know what I'm saying? So, however, I get locked up for these two guns on August 3rd, you know what I'm saying? And I'm transported to the 77 police station. From the 77 police station, I'm transferred to LA County Jail. You know what I'm saying? I had my court date and all that. So during that time, oh yeah, he was my cellie that time. Okay, so during this time, I get locked up, right? So when I come in, you feel me, come to jail, you know, me and my boy from Watts, we meet up, you know what I'm saying? We do our little entwine, you know what I'm saying? I got the weed on deck. So I'm in the module, you know what I'm saying, with the weed, you know what I'm saying? I got it popping. Everybody want them sticks. Everybody trying to get their hands in. Everybody trying to get their grabs. Everybody trying to send a store down there in or, you know what I'm saying, send that green dot or however we was getting money at that time, you know what I'm saying? So my cellie ended up being this dude named Trey that was from 9 Trey Playboys. Now, I don't want to say at the time he probably had to be like one of their youngest member to dates, because all the 9 Trey Playboys that I had ran into and had known up to date at that time was like older homies and stuff like that. You know, it wasn't no young dudes, but he was older than me. But like I said, he was, you know what I'm saying, probably their youngest homie or one of the youngest dudes banging at this time. So, you know, I kind of try to, like, you know, screen him, give him a little background, you know what I'm saying, rundown to see was he from the area, because the 9 Trey Playboys were originally housed on 93rd between Vermont and Butlogne, you know, ETG right there, you know what I'm saying, that's the set as well. So I'm in there, and I can't even remember. I lie if I try to go down memory lane and say that this person knew some people that I knew, but I'm pretty sure he threw a few names out there from the set like that he probably ran into and met in jail or something like that, or, you know what I'm saying, being took down there to the 9 Trey Playboys, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking it's all good being in the cell with this dude. So, you know, I break bread with him, I open up, but I don't open up and talking about things that I don't have no business talking about. But being that, you know, he of the area and he a homie, you know, we don't beef. Y'all know how it goes, our homie love, you feel me? Whatever I got, you got type situation, because he really didn't have nothing. So when I get in the cell with Trey from 9 Trey Playboy, we get to talking about what he in jail for. So, you know, he happy to elaborate on what he in jail for. So he was showing me that he was in jail for a shooting at Jesse Owens Park. So he went up to Jesse Owens Park, tried to get cracking on the 9-0s, and it happened to be a sheriff up there. So, hold on. He go up to Jesse Owens. This had to be like 2008, 2009. He get cracking. I want to say some people had got shot and all that. It had been a few shootings. It had been shootings in all these parks. But, you know, for the year 2008, 2009, if you want to go pull it up, you can pull it up and figure out what all happened, you know what I'm saying? He went up there, you know what I'm saying, seeking to put in some work on some 9-0s. I just also found out the other day that Trey Devil from 9 Trey Playboys wasn't of the area. He had got turned out. So being that he had got turned out, you know how that go. When people get turned out and want to be privy to the area and stuff like that, definitely back in them times, still, it was still like, you know what I'm saying, it was still a little indifferent than how things going today. So I don't know if he was sent on a mission and or he was just trying to prove himself and going on a mission. So he go on the 9-0s, shoot up Jesse Owens Park. As he shoot up Jesse Owens Park and shoot a few occupants, he fleed, get on. That flee ensues into a high-speed chase with him in the sheriff division, you know what I'm saying, the Lennox, who occupies Jesse Owens Park and also has a subdivision station that sits in Jesse Owens Park. So he go on a high-speed chase with the sheriff after the shooting. That high-speed chase ends in him crashing and ended into a shootout with him and the sheriffs. Now, lucky for him, doing this shootout, he didn't get hit, didn't no sheriffs get hit, and somehow, some way, he was taken and apprehended and placed in custody without being killed. Now, I want y'all to think about that. He went to Jesse Owens Park, handled his candle, went on a high-speed chase, shot it out with the police. I don't remember how he was apprehended, but he was apprehended and he definitely was placed in jail, unharmed and unscathed, because I was right there with him. And I don't know how that happened. It had to be somebody righteous from that sheriff station on the scene after they figured out he ran out of bullets and they got cracking back that was, hey, we're coming in, lay down or we're going to kill you, however it went. But I just can't believe he got off on the sheriff at that. Any police, but the sheriff, LAPD, I can see it with them. They more lenient. Sheriff, they trigger happy. You shoot at them and you make it in custody without no bullet holes and nothing in you. I'm pretty sure he got the great beat down. But I don't know how long he was in custody by the time I came upon him. But again, he was unscathed. So I'm in the cell with this dude, and this dude is fighting a DP, a death penalty. And at the time, I'm not thinking, but now as I think back now, a lot of people facing that time and facing death penalties are going to tell. People tell for less. It is what it is. Some people are going to take it on the chin. It's a small percentage. But Trey Devil was not one of those guys. So he tell me, I'm saying, about the whole little fiasco I just explained to y'all, about the shooting with the police. He even showed me like a little bit of paperwork to show me that what he was in jail for. Also, he had another guy. I'm not going to even place the name out there because I don't have the paperwork. But in his paperwork, he was also being told on, too, by one of them guys. You feel me? I had the address where he lived at, his name and all that, and statement inside the paperwork. He definitely was giving a statement on the Trey Devil dude. You know what I'm saying? So I end up in a cell with this dude. So when I end up in the cell with this dude, we kicking it, you know what I'm saying? You know how I go, kosher, busting down, working out, things like that. You know what I'm saying? Who's, who we know, who we don't know, stuff like that, where you been, where you hang. During that time, one of my other homies end up coming on the tier. And when he come on the tier, you know how I go when you see a homie that you ain't seen from the street or a homie that you mess with on the street like that. Y'all start going down memory lane. He start letting you know about the latest and greatest and things that's happening and taking place. So this homie, once he get on the tier, he happy to see me. We stand right next door to each other. This homie started elaborating on what was going on out there on the streets or what was happening since the days that I've been apprehended and arrested. So as he's telling me these chilling and turning events, I'm not even knowing that I have somebody else in on the listening party, another pair of ears in Trey Devil. He's listening intently to what my cellie, not my cellie, he is my cellie. He's listening intently to what my homie is telling me from his cell. And this ain't like he way down a tier or he on the bottom tier, so he got to be loud and shout. Our cells are next door to each other. So it's a line like this, my cell, his cell. We can stick our hands out each other's cell and shake each other's hands. Stuff like that, pass stuff and all that. That's how close we is if you ain't been on that 3,000 floor in the LA County Jail. So we chopping it and a homie get the laying the spill down about some unalivings that happened. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know how I go, you know what I'm saying? When gang banging, you know what I'm saying, was up and it was up. You know what I'm saying? Eye for an eye, you feel me? Somebody come to your area, you go to that area. Y'all know how I go, you know what I'm saying? It's a domino effect, you know what I'm saying? So some situations that happen in my area, in Right Oak Clue, you know what I'm saying? Them guys was answering back. So I'm being told, you know what I'm saying, of some alleged things that was supposed to take place. My cellie behind me listening in. He hears this information. He takes this information intently, and what do? He goes to the OSJ. I don't know when he went to the OSJ. I don't know if he used the phone. I don't remember him going out on the pass. However, he knew how to get the OSJ. I don't know if he rode a kite. However, he got a kite in our message to OSJ that he knew something about some unalivings and he knew who did them, and he think he was in a cell with the person who did them. Now, I don't know what gave this dude the imagination and mind frame to place this shit on me when he heard where it was coming from. Instead of going to OSJ, telling them that he heard this from another Trey gangster that was our neighbor, he told them that this came from me. I was his cellie, and it's something I told him. He heard everything that came out the lips of my homie, and he went back to OSJ and replayed everything that was said but implemented me in it. So the whole time I'm in the county jail, not knowing that I'm being investigated. I'm in a cell with a CI. I'm in a cell with a dude that's facing the death penalty. And he's not trying to hold water. Anything he got and he can get, he's working. And they had him in a cell with me working. He go to OSJ unbeknownst to me, run down everything that my homie said. So now OSJ, they own my mail, phone calls, everything. Out the blue, one day I go to court. Come back from court, still down there in the tanks at Wayside. So they let everybody go upstairs. They tell me to hold, wait back. I'm like, wait back for what? Ain't no need for me to wait back. Everybody else going upstairs. What's going on? They like, oh, your lawyer want to see you. So in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, it must be some good news or some bad news because I just left court. This lawyer got up here fast. I wait for about 10, 15 minutes. They come back to where I was at in the tank and bring two dudes. So they bring two dudes I ain't never recognized before. So off the back, you know, I become, you know what I'm saying, I ain't gonna say aggressive, but, you know, irritable, irritated, like y'all on some bullshit. First y'all said it was my lawyer, but as I'm looking at these dudes, what is two dudes doing here for? And one of them not my lawyer. So these gotta be some detectives, and they look and smell like detectives. So off the back, they come in there, ask me my name. I tell them my name. They like, Ant? I'm like, no, my name Maurice, you know what I'm saying, woo woo. They like, look, oh, you got the HR. Yeah, you we want, okay. They cut right to the business. Hey, we here to talk about you about 200 lives, you know what I'm saying, on this day with you on such and such block. So when I hear it, I'm like, oh man, I was locked up that day. They was like, oh yeah, we checked into that, but this happened before you got locked up or something. So I'm like, what? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, man, I'm like, look, I don't know nothing about no homicides. I don't know what y'all talking about. I instantly, you know what I'm saying, become aggressive now. And I'm going back and forth with him. And then I look at the OSJ officer, whose name was Trey, and I tell him, like, look, I don't want to talk to these dudes. You hearing this, it ain't nothing else to be said. I need a lawyer. He look at the police like, hey, I can't act like I ain't hear this. Dude say, you don't want to talk to y'all. I'm going to take him back to his unit. Police like, all right, we'll be seeing you again, Ant. And they spent on and walked out. So by this time, I had left cells with the boy Trey that I probably had been out the cell with him for about 2 days, and I transferred to Wayside. So this visit was at Wayside. The whole drop and the whole CI put together, he spun on me with, happened at the Man Central Jail on the 3000 floor. So bam, I finished fighting my case and everything, and I end up getting the deal that I wanted, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, if I knew everything that I knew now, it wouldn't even been no deal. They would have had to throw that out of their shit to talk about, you know what I'm saying? Them guns ain't mine. I don't care what address y'all found them at. I wasn't there, and it was other occupants occupying that address, and y'all didn't arrest him. Yeah, we ain't about to play that game. However, I got the sweetest deal I can get, you know what I'm saying, pertaining to jail without being free. And I end up going back to jail on a violation. I had to concur with my violation, and I was sent to Tehachapi State Prison. I go to Tehachapi, you know what I'm saying, Tehachapi, it was a cool time up there, you know, some cool Crips up there, you know, worked out, you know what I'm saying, bust down, you know what I'm saying, ate good, you know what I'm saying, rotated, you know what I'm saying, you know, did my due, you feel me, my due diligence, you know what I'm saying. So, you know, I'm there with the homie, Big BJ, that's my celly. Fast forward, before I get there, I do Delano. I do reception in Delano, and that's where me and the homie Tiny Chico was cellies. And, you know, we had some fun times. We had some fun, good old times until they split us up, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, and stopped our program. So, however, fast forward back to Tehachapi, I'm at Tehachapi at this time for about like a year and a half, getting ready to go home, you know what I'm saying? A little bit under a year and a half, about like 15 months or something like that. Out the blue, I'm out, you know what I'm saying, because I was porter in the block. Police called me, tell me I got a trans pack. Once I find out everything was going on, I find out I'm going to LA County Jail. So once I'm up there in R&R trans packing, I asked the sheriff who was transporting me to LA County Jail, what am I going down there for? He looked at the list, put his glasses on, looked back at me, looked like they got you for 2 homicides, 2 187s. I'm like, damn, all right. So this must have been that stuff that police was talking about. Whole time I'm still not knowing that this fake ass CI and put this shit on me and didn't really tell where he heard it from. You know what I'm saying? He just made sure he put the shit on me. So they apprehend me, take me back down to LA County Jail, book me in, you know what I'm saying? Re-fingerprint me, all a little get out. So I go through the whole fiasco of fighting this case and stuff like that. So this how I found out, and this is where I found out that he was a confidential informant. When I got down to LA County Jail, I seen my homie Tiny Chico, and I knew I had no business seeing Tiny Chico. Bro, we was just Sally's up the way about a year and a half ago. How the hell is you back down here in LA County Jail and you have more time than me? So you didn't get out and come back. What's going on? And I let him know how I was feeling. Like, bro, what the fuck you doing down here, bro? What's going on? He like, man, bro, I don't know what they got going. He like, bro, they charging me with 2 hot ones. So these the games these people was playing. They was following me ever since this dude told them what he told them and lied on me. They was following me and putting people in the cell with me and trying to have people compromise me unbeknownst to me. But I wasn't going for it or falling for it because it was nothing to be said, nor did I have anything to do with this matter. So they watching the whole time, me and the homie Tiny Chico and Sally's, when me and him get together. Somehow, some way, they placed me and him on this same case. They placed me and him on the same case. But the funny thing is that I was telling Chico about when the homie had came down to the 3000 floor and he was explaining what had happened to me, and I had to tell him like, hey, no bueno, we holler when we go to the rooftop because people was listening, but too much info had already been given up and the snake was already slithering and the snake sent the poison my way. So when I see Tiny Chico, he the one that let me know what was going on. He was like, hey, bro, have you ever ran into a dude named Trey from Playboy Hustlers? I'm like, yeah. So he was like, bro, the nigga weird. He was like, the nigga was on some weird shit. He was like him. Look, long story short, but we gonna tell y'all about the main character, Trey Devil. Long story short about everybody else though, after Trey Devil, I had about 2 other cellies. When Chico came down here, all these dudes they had in the cell with me, Chico seen all of them. From the fake Southsider resident I put out my cell, to Trey Devil, to this fake ass Jamaican they had in my cell trying to play roster that they had that was undercover. The homie explained everybody he seen to me, and I never told the homie about these cellies, even though I had weird and funny feelings with 2 of them. I never told the homie of this. He explained everything to me like, look, bro, he like, I don't know what was going on with you and this nigga Trey Devil. As soon as I came down here, he like, you know, the homie, he blasted. So when you see him, he a light-skinned red nigga. He got A-Trey tatted a gang of places. So when Trey Devil banged on him, the homie already felt offended and was like, nigga, you see this shit on me, nigga, what's up? Oh, you know, I'm Trey Devil from Playboy. So now the homie really feels some type of way because you see A-Trey gangsters on me, you acting weird instead of just introducing yourself. So the homie said they started chopping it up. He said right off the back, the man asked about me. Like, hey, what's up with my nigga Young Ant? What's up with ain't he a Sody? The homie like, nah, Ant and the Sodies, them 2 different names. You know, they both got brothers and shit from the set, but them 2 different names. He like, man, my nigga Ant with the business. He be snapping shit. He be doing this, blah, blah, blah. So the homie Tiny Chico like, huh? Homie Tiny Chico like, yeah, I don't know nothing about none of that. You know, that's the homie. He straight, blah, blah. You know, keep it at the course. We not about to get into all know who be doing what. I don't know what nobody be doing. I know the homie ain't told you he be doing nothing. So he already had the homie, you know what I'm saying, hair standing up. The homie like, man, this nigga is a weirdo. He on some police talk. So they put the homie around these dudes. He get the question in the homie, you know what I'm saying, keep it brief with him. Shortly after that, I come down. They never put me around these dudes because they knew it probably would have blew up or been what it been because I was already around these dudes and I would have knew that these dudes was the police. So when I'm on Chico about what he doing down here, that's when Chico lay everything out down to me about the boy, Trey Devil, and the other cellies I had. So I'm like, oh. So I'm like, damn, they trying to merge you on the homicide that they came to see me on. He like, yeah, they trying to play me and you as co-defendants, but the whole thing, this shit is going to unravel in front of their face because you went to jail on that day and I wasn't even out until 2 days later. So it's like they playing games, trying to see what they can get because they had to see that I got out. I was incarcerated on the day of this murder and got out 2 days after that and then came to jail a few weeks later. So we went ahead and went with the lineups and did the whole little fiascos, the arraignment, court dates and all that before it was throughout. They played a lot of bullshit games. I ain't gonna even lie. Like, man, when we was going through the lineup, they was trying to let people who were supposed to be witnesses of the homicide into the county jail to look at us, to lie and be like, that's them. They were just trying to blame it on anybody. As long as they just got somebody from the hood that was responsible or alleged that did this, they really didn't care. And that's how they play the game a lot of times. As long as we got somebody from this area or these rivals, we know they going back and forth, we gonna lock somebody up. So these people was trying to do everything in their power. Like, I mean, look, bro, they went and talked. They was trying to play the good cop, bad cop. Oh, we not talking to you, and it's a slam dunk. We found your DNA. You going down. They pulled a homie Tiny Chico out. They talking to him for like 20, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying, trying to make me feel guilty or linger about something that I don't got no business feeling guilty about. Then they let him back in the tank, knowing that I'm like, hey, bro, what happened? What was going on? Tiny Chico come back in the tank after from getting a phone call and talking to the police, and he like, hey, bro, they talking about they got you. They talking about your DNA in the van and blah, 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 this and that. And I'm like, bro, that's a lie, bro. I said, my DNA ain't in no van because I ain't been up in no van. And when I got locked up, my fingers were slit, and they couldn't even really, you know what I'm saying, fingerprint me or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? They had to do something else. So he like, yeah, bro, I'm just telling you what they saying, bro. They on some weird shit. So I'm like, for sure, bro. They can play it how they want to play it, bro. You know, I'm going all the way, bro. I ain't got nothing to lose, bro. This ain't me. They on some bullshit. So the whole time while we talking, they leave us right there. You know what I'm saying? It's about, we didn't even have breakfast. They poured us out. It's about lunchtime, nigga hungry. I see a sack lunch right there under the bench. I try to get the sack lunch with my foot. I get the sack lunch, grab the sack lunch, open it up. The bread is already open. Line between the bread and the sack lunch. What did I got? A tape recorder right there. They was hoping that I had some information that they could get on this tape recorder after the homie Chico came out from talking to them. Like, they just for sure thought I was guilty. This man that had a shootout with them and came down for shooting at a recreation park, then got onto the shootout with them. Any information that this dude had, they was taking and running with it. This dude is prime enemy suspect number one of y'all. But just because he's trying to cut his time in half, he's willing to throw anybody under the bus. And that was one of the situations I had pertaining to a CI or CS. And I'm going to conclude this there. It's your boy, Young and Hefe. Don't care about number what the check say. Make sure you go ahead, like and subscribe, because it don't cost you nothing. And press that button. And if you ring that notification bell, I'm going to bring you mail.
Be acting like they own shit over there, my nigga. You feel me? Like, nigga, you don't own nothing over there, though, bro. Nigga, get to the hood. Nigga ain't got, nigga, we hand in front of somebody else's house. If you don't knock it off, nigga, I'm finna go in the house, go, nigga, take my shoes off, nigga, turn on YouTube, make me some content, and stay out you niggas' way. Because it be 10 niggas on the block with one strap. You feel me? I got my own strap. You feel me? I ain't passing shit off. And I ain't put my life in another nigga's hands. So the fix all that, right? I'm just stay my monkey ass in the house. And, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And there's so much niggas telling out here nowadays, you don't know who's snitching. You feel me? You got a strap on you. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, you got Crash, the FBI, the National Guards pulling out, going straight to you. But you want a nigga to come to the hood.